And you'll know the social media character who says, just a small question. Well, there's a small question this morning concerning the local hot matter. Yeah? The local hot matter. By the way, I see somebody in the chat, Mona Smith, saying, George, you guys need to address the social media about NNN owing millions of dollars of taxes with you, Tana, and Cliff Pictures. Well, I owe no taxes. And every time something comes up which puts certain people in a bad light, they trot out that thing again. So, Mona, I'll be answering that like what, 10, 15 times a year? I mean, yeah, they do what they do. We're doing the business of the country. In relation to that hot matter concerning Jacden, which Tana dealt with in What's on My Mind this morning on Nationwide this morning, the big show. In relation to that, there's a question I have for both the management of the University Hospital of the West Indies and said Jacden Limited. And the question I want to ask is, I'm looking at an invoice from 2024, 16th of January 2024 to be precise. Invoice number 23-88823. That has what reads like office furniture. Office furniture. And the invoice says, bill to University Hospital of the West Indies, care of Fitzgerald Mitchell. And shipped to University Hospital of the West Indies, care of Fitzgerald Mitchell. Now, I'm on my phone checking something because I know what the answer is, but I refuse to believe that what I'm seeing is what it is. So I'm just double checking to see what the listed address of the University Hospital of the West Indies is. I lived in that era for 2001 till 2019 for 18 years. Yeah, between university and work and home. And I know that place better than the back of my hand. So I know exactly where the University Hospital of the West Indies is. But I'm still double checking the address. The address of the University Hospital of the West Indies. Let me just type in address. And you'll see in a moment why I'm double checking the address. The University Hospital of the West Indies' address is Mona Road, Kingston 7. Well, not Mona Road, Mona, Kingston 7, Jamaica, West Indies. So University Hospital of the West Indies, Mona, Kingston 7. That's the address of University Hospital of the West Indies. This invoice I'm looking at, 23-88823, dated January 16, 2024. It says bill to University Hospital of the West Indies, care of Fitzgerald Mitchell, the CEO, 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road. 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road. That's the bill to. And it says ship to University Hospital of the West Indies, Fitzgerald Mitchell, again, the CEO of the UHWI. And the bill to address of 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road is the same as the ship to address 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road. Now, I've already settled that the University Hospital of the West Indies is not at 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road. It is in Mona, Kingston 7. So what is at 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road? I'm doing a reverse check here. I have an idea of where, but when I Google it, 18 3/4 Lyndhurst Road, Jamaica, is the address of Jacden Medical Services Clinic. So The invoice, people, and I'm not saying how it came to be written this way. I'm just saying that it is written this way. And we have a graphic there. Thank you, Nora. This invoice of what appears and reads like office furniture, front desk with frosted glass, pedestal laminate, curved bridge laminate, whatever that is, deluxe pedestal, deluxe hutch with white glass doors and floated glass, executive high back chair, black leather, visitor black bonded leather chair, table top for 42-inch round conference table, deluxe end table with laminate top, Piazza Lounge black bonded leather chair, deluxe 12-inch conference table, 4-inch extension for conference table, aluminum power data module, Railbiz Modern Comfort Series mid-back leather pro glass floated top for 2-drawer lateral file and 2-door storage, 2-door storage cabinet with laminate doors and floated top. Those are the items on the invoice for a total of $251,582 US dollars, $251,582 US dollars and 11 cents. Let's multiply that by 158, no? The US equivalent. So that's 39.7 million Jamaican dollars equivalent. Let's call it that. Let's call it 40 million Jamaican dollars, the equivalent. So this invoice for what reads like office furniture in the amount of 251,582 US at the time on January 16, 2024, which works out now to about 40 million Jamaican dollars, was billed to the University Hospital of the West Indies. The UHWI's CEO, Fitzgerald Mitchell, is on the invoice, but both the bill to and the ship to address is that of Jacden Limited. How come? The UHWI is has one of the most famous addresses, well, not famous, but popular addresses in the country. Everybody knows, even country people know, that UHWI or up a UC, as my granny them generation call it, UC in the day at Lyndhurst Road. UC, if you say they're Papine, you'd not be wrong. You'd not be precise, but you'd not be wrong because it's that area. So who can explain how this invoice billed to, shipped to University Hospital of the West Indies with Jacden's address on the invoice? How come in the amount of $40 million? And who will explain this thing concerning this matter? And it's 2 pages of invoices, and it's a two-page invoice. So it has office furniture, and then it has equipment, water purification system, wheelchair scale, wall mount, glove shelf, blood pressure monitor, first responder emergency bag, digital fridge thermometer with probe, wet floor sign, plastic biohazard sign, all of those things. How is it that the UHWI, as the bill to and ship to recipient of these items, medical supplies it appears to be, and office furniture it reads to be, how is it that of all the addresses in Jamaica, these things billed to and shipped to the University Hospital of the West Indies and its CEO, Fitzgerald Mitchell, how of all the addresses in Jamaica, it comes to be wrapped up with the address for Jacden Limited? I don't know. I'm asking the question because it's a question I think any one of you listening this morning would ask. How come? So I don't know if this causes the plot to thicken. I don't know if this is the cornstarch you add to the gravy to thicken it. But I know that there are questions that ought to be asked and ought to be answered about this. And I don't know how it looks. I'm not ascribing any look to it. But what do you think, listening out there, watching this morning? With the issues concerning Jacden and the UHWI and the tax exemption status, and now this thing, And a reasonable person would associate that matter with these invoices. That's a reasonable assumption to make, a reasonable link to make. Of all the addresses, why Jacden's address? Was it shipped to, or were the items shipped to Jacden's address as the thing says here on the invoice? Break time.